Hi, my name is Mark Martin. Welcome to this session. I'm very happy to do this project presentation today. Me and my team's work, we have been able to work throughout this project for 7 to 8 weeks. Um, and today I have this opportunity to present you the project, the bit about the business. The business case was a bike sharing system, and our job was to present a few steps that should be done to present the IS development for that business, for that bike sharing system. As we have assumed that these informations, such the company's stakeholders, its operation location, like the place the business gonna be operate, the quantity of station that would be open, and the renting procedures are already collected, and we have been able to work on a set of steps that would be done for its information system development. Bike sharing is estimated to be a practical, sustainable, and an efficient mode of transportation nowadays. It helps people to do some activities, some physical activities, and nowadays, even certain countries are trying to convince people to switch from using a car too often and use a bike instead. So because they believe that could help with some issues like the climate change um, or the pollution. However, from the project inception to the implementation and up to the user purchasing, like in our case for the bike sharing system, everything is actually processed with the help of IT, the help of information technologies. And it is really relevant so that the companies use information technology to do business, and that could help them to make more profits. So in the case of our bike sharing system project, we have been able to elaborate the essential steps that would be followed in order to build up in an IS that will favorize its implementation. In this session, I'm really pleased to present you those steps. And with the relational solution that involved behind them, and also summarize a few ones, uh, uh, like giving you a few tasks that should be taken to complete this IS, or this information development. First step, we have been able to figure out like the process that should involve in that IS development. At the really at the really beginning of the business inception, it's important to define the process you are going to follow to build up the system. And as for our bike system, our bike sharing system, we have settled a process that indicated and elaborated every single step to take. Our process determined the classification and the types of equipment or tools that will be needed, such hardware and software, to build the system. Next, we have been able to check out the description of the IS architecture for a bike sharing system. This is essential to find out the business architecture because it provides a layout of the system which comprises the equipment that is used, and describing how the system is going to set up and work, considering its network, the amount of data expecting to manage, types of hardware and software needed. All of that should be evaluated in the IS architecture. So like the next step we have been able to see also it's uh, what that concern the security risk for a business actually. Security risks are unavoidable. They are and they need to be identified from the project's inception. The risks nowadays are very diverse, and they could be happening with an equipment quality, the bad equipment qualities, and accident risk related, like in the bike station, like vandalism, or the users themselves, like if a car like hit a user who's using the bike. And you have also the system breaches. So you have to have a plan to mitigate those risks. So plan on security risk is a way, like I said, to anticipate and then try to mitigate the potentiality. Okay, and this is something that should be considered since the IS architecture design. Next step was like the design and implementation of the software components. Like if the company is using the IT components such as internet to provide its services, it's supposed to have a app or a website to allow the users to order or purchase the products. And this has a good relationship with the next step I'm gonna explain just right now. The business data architecture or data models. This is the part that determines what and how data is stored in the system. Thanks to the software components like the servers, when you have a new user who subscribed and or order a product, the business data architecture is designed to store the users information either for future order or for the business statistics itself. So data models also determine the data structures, and which is a special format for organizing and storing data that could be done in a linear structure way, or like in a sequential order, or in the opposite way, which is non-linear structure. The last step we have been able to work on is the design of relational database structure. Like we have seen in our research, a relational database stands for a collection of data items with the predefined interrelationship that exists between them. This step helps us understand the relational structure types that exist, such SQL and NoSQL, and the programming language which apply to. We have also learned about the advantages and the disadvantages of those database structures when it comes to track and manage data that would be helpful for the IS for an IS development, like for our bike sharing system. So what next? Let's recap and provide a few tasks that should be done to develop the IS system, the given IS system we are working on for the bike sharing. And like the first task we have estimated is system requirement or supplies gathering. So during this step, like a task, the system's requirement or supplies should be collected and analyzed in order to set up the IS development. And a second step, we have system processing. System processing that enumerate the major steps that should be that would have to be listed and well defined in order to integrate the IS architecture. And thirdly, the system designing that would be significantly describe the IS architecture based on the requirement collected. It should include all the IT's components such as hardware and software and tools like programming languages, and the people who are involved, like the analyst, the help desk, those people, and the network that will make it work. And in fourth position, we have the system reviewing. During this stage, the system will have to be evaluated and to ensure it is ready to go to the next level, to the next step, which are system coding, testing, implementing, and supporting. That's all for we have seen for that project, and I hope that was really helpful and help you understand how we have been working hard on this project, and to be able to show you today the steps that should be followed or should be done to realize the IS development for the specific case of business, which is the bike sharing system. Thank you very much.